there, wig lovers. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and today I'm bringing you a review of a wig that I knew I was going to keep for my personal collection the moment I read the description of it. This is the Cameron wig by Jon Renau in one of my personal favorite auburns. This is one that I've reviewed multiple times, called 30A27S4, also known as Shaded Peach. So the reason why I knew I was going to keep Cameron the moment that I read the description was because, well, she is a hand-tied version of one of my all-time favorite bobs. This is the 100% hand-tied variation of the Kristen wig, which is another one of Jon Renau's smart lace favorites. That wig happens to have a machine-made cap with a lace front. This one is 100% hand-tied. Now, when I throw that terminology around, sometimes it's easy to take it for granted. So I'm just gonna say up front, the reason why hand-tied wigs cost so much, you know, because we take it for granted, hand-tied wigs cost more because somebody is sitting in a factory for days, not hours, days, sitting there individually, one at a time, sewing every single strand of hair into the front of the cap of this wig. And then they're sewing, you know, small sections of hair, you know, by like groups of like 3 or 4 into the back of the cap and then knotting those together. So I mean, it's very, very labor intensive. It takes a really long time to produce just one of these wigs compared to anything that's machine made. Machine made wigs therefore are not only less labor intensive, you know, but they're also faster to produce. So those two factors mean that machine-made wigs cost a lot less than these hand-tied wigs. So these are definitely luxury items. So I like hand-tied wigs. I think that they look really great on. They tend to be very lightweight. They tend to be super duper comfortable. And because I love Kristen, I mean, I really do. And if you don't have the budget for Cameron, Kristen is a great wig. It's seriously a great wig, and I wore it for years. I still have one in Shaded Peach in my closet that I'm upgrading with this Cameron because, you know, while I will sell Cameron, this particular one that I'm using for the demo is mine, and I'm keeping it forever, and it's mine. Okay? But I love this wig. I think it's really, really cute, and I'm biased, and I knew I would love it to begin with, but yeah, that's why I didn't order this in a color I haven't reviewed before. I ordered it in a color I knew I would want to wear every day. So, speaking of which, let's check out this color in the sunshine. So now you can see what Shaded Peach looks like in the sun. It's got a nice dark number 4 root. It's got that very beautiful medium auburn. Looks gorgeous in the sunshine, by the way. Very nice and coppery without looking too intense. And then it's got this really beautiful sort of strawberry blonde highlight. The Jon Renau strawberry blonde has a little bit of almost like a blushy tone to it, which I love. I love the way that the hair on the front of this wig and Kristen by extension cup the face in the front. The length on this on me is perfect because I have a very soft jawline. You know, I have a heart-shaped face, but I just got a lot of it. So I mean, this just kind of helps cup that face a little bit and give it a little bit more dimension. So if you're looking for a wig that will help do that for you, this one's great for that. I also love the front. I'm not really a bang person, you know, I've got kind of a stubby forehead, so I love it when they have kind of like the longer side swept fringe sort of dealio. Speaking of, let's showcase some of this monofilament. So that is the front. You can see it's got a little bit of a contour here in the front, which I kind of like. Very nice knotting. I mean, those are dark knots, so if there's any imperfection, you're going to see them more pronounced on dark rooted knots, but those look really, really nice. Now, Jon Renau's smart lace fronts aren't super duper dense. Some lace fronts from other companies tend to be almost as dense as their monofilament tops. Jon Renau smart lace fronts start off a little bit finer at the front, and then they get gradually more dense as you get towards the monofilament. And then up here at the tippy top, I don't know if you could see the monofilament's a little bright out here, as you can tell by my squinting. So I'll show you that in better detail once I take off the Cameron. Alright, so this is what Cameron looks like on the inside of the cap. As I mentioned, she's got this very luscious hand-tied lace front as well as a hand-tied monofilament top. There is a bit of really soft, I mean super soft, it feels really nice to rub the fuzz here, fuzzy felt in between the back of the cap and the monofilament features. There's also soft fuzzy felt here on the ear tabs as well as here at the nape, which is not extended by the way. We do have Velcro enclosures, and the elastic at the sides is enclosed in a fine mesh material. And then that mesh extends to the back. It's very nice and stretchy. Not super duper stretchy, but stretchy enough. I do think that this cap is a little less stretchy than some of the other hand-tied caps that I've tried from the Jon Renau line, but it still fits my head. It's just a little bit on the snug side. The cap construction here is very beautiful, by the way. Let me show you the back of the wig where the cluster knots are, so I could show you how far apart they are. This is not abnormal. That's actually pretty well done for cluster knotting back there. And then as far as the front is concerned, they're very, very finely done. Now, some brands do their monofilament features more densely than Jon Renau does. And I want to point this out because some people who buy, like, let's say a lot of Henry Margu wigs and then transition into Jon Renau think that the monofilament features tend to be kind of thin, and I would say that the inverse is true. For me, I actually prefer Jon Renau's monofilament features because if I'm going to pay the extra money for monofilament, I want it to show. I want the monofilament to be visible. If the monofilament is really, really, really dense, and I know a lot of you will disagree with that, and that's okay, okay? But I will say that my personal opinion is that if the monofilament is too dense, then it's very difficult to show the monofilament. You basically have to hold it down to show where the part is or to show where the crown is. And if you can't see the monofilament, why would you pay for it? That's basically what I'm feeling. And so with these, as long as you wear a wig cap underneath them, the effect is flawless. It looks beautiful. Like you can see the monofilament, it looks very natural, and every time I wear one of these and I tell people that it's a wig, they about crap their pants. And then that gives me a really great way to tell them, you know, I sell wigs and to give them my business card. You know, so it works out really well for me. But I love Jon Renau's monofilament features. I think they're very well done. And so here is that lace front again, really up close and personal. And I love this color. It's just so decadent. Beautiful, beautiful color. It is not a super vibrant red though. If you're in the market for like a really, really intense copper or something like that, this is much more subdued. Cameron is 100% hand-tied, as I mentioned earlier. She has a smart lace front, a monofilament top, and then she's got cluster knots in the back here. This is an average size cap, and it does fit true to average. There's a little lapse in coverage here at the side for me, but I have that problem with most Jon Renau wigs. It really isn't off-putting because I usually order rooted shades, and as you can see, the rooting from this wig blends in with my sideburns almost seamlessly. So that's a pro tip. If you're worried about an exact match, there's no real need to worry. Just make sure that whatever it is matches roughly with your sideburns and you should be in good shape. It's much easier to match up the color of a wig to your sideburns than it is to match up, say, a topper to the back of your head. The front down is 10 inches, so it's definitely made to be swept off to the side, though you could always have a stylist cut a bang into it. The crown down is 12 inches, very classically cut sort of page bob. The sides are 7.75 inches, so it's layered a little bit here on the sides, and the nape is 4.5, so it is a little bit graduated, as you could see when I turned to the side there. This wig weighs 3.3 ounces. It's super duper lightweight. So this has been the CysterWigs review of the new for fall 2015 Cameron by Jon Renau, which again is the 100% hand-tied doppelganger of the Kristen Smart Lace wig, also by Jon Renau. And the color on this is the same color I reviewed on Kristen, I believe. This is the 30A27S4, also known as Shaded Peach, which is one of my favorite colors ever. So if you have any questions about this or any other wig, feel free to shoot me an email. My name is Heather, so that's Heather at CysterWigs, CysterWigs.com. And I look forward to seeing you at the next review. Have a great day. Bye-bye.